The Biden administration is urging student loan borrowers to continue seeking debt relief, despite a federal appeals court order late Friday that temporarily halted that program. This temporary order does not prevent borrowers from applying for student debt relief, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said in a statement following the Eighth Circuit Court of Appeals' temporary stay. This temporary stay dictates that Biden's administration remains silent on the program while it ponders a legal challenge. The appeals court's decision follows a motion by 6 Republican-led states seeking to block Biden's program. Jean-Pierre told administrators encourage eligible borrowers to join of the approximately 22 million people who have already submitted information to the U.S. Department of Education. The temporary stay does not prevent us from reviewing these applications and preparing them for transmission to loan servicers, also said Jean-Pierre. Biden's plan, which he announced in August, would eliminate $10,000 in student loan debt for borrowers earning less than $125,000 or households earning less than $250,000. Borrowers who receive Pell Grants, which are typically intended for students with greater financial needs, would receive an additional $10,000 in debt relief. Under Biden's plan, 43 million borrowers will qualify for debt relief. Of the eligible borrowers, 20 million could have their debts written off completely, the White House said. Biden's debt relief plan has quickly become a political flashpoint ahead of November's midterm elections. Conservatives have claimed Biden exceeded his authority by taking such massive action without gaining congressional approval. Republicans and opponents backed by business groups have argued that it is an unfair government grant to relatively wealthy individuals, funded by taxpayers who do not seek higher education. Many Democrats grappling with difficult re-election races have distanced themselves from Biden's efforts to get student debt relief. Those 6 states whose legal challenge prompted the Eighth Circuit's temporary stay: Nebraska, Missouri, Arkansas, Iowa, Kansas, and South Carolina filed suits in September. Biden administration attorneys claim Education Department has broad authority to manage the federal student financial aid programs. The Department of Education argued in court that the Higher Education Relief Opportunities for Students Act, or HEROES Act, 2003 allows the Secretary of Education to waive or change the terms of federal student loans in time of war or other national emergency. COVID-19 is such an emergency, they said. Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett on Thursday dismissed efforts by a Wisconsin taxpayer group to stop the initiative. Jean-Pierre stressed that the temporary stay does not change the fact that a lower court dismissed the case of these 6 states, nor does it suggest that their litigation is well-founded. The temporary stay merely prevents debt from being discharged until the court makes a decision. We will continue to move full speed ahead in our preparations in compliance with this order, said Jean-Pierre. And the administration will continue to fight Republican officials suing to block our efforts to provide relief to working families.